My backstory? I don't know if I have too much of an interesting one. I'm from Jersey. Here's my backstory. Yeah, right? Working on the second album now. It's a slow, grinding process right now, but I'm working with some incredible musicians, so it's coming out really good. I'm really happy with it. We just got together about 6 months ago, and they are by far the nicest guys I've ever met in music, or frankly otherwise. They are the most talented fucking people I've ever played with. Like, you know, there's not a day that goes by that we play a show or jam that I don't thank my lucky stars that I've got these dudes. Some people have referred to them as a backing band or something, you know, just in conversation, but hell no. There's nothing, they're not my backing band. If you ever see us live, they take up that stage just as much as I do, if not more so. They're gonna capture your attention every bit as much as I do. They're just phenomenal musicians. When I was a kid, my parents got me Metallica's and Justice for All record. And they put it under the Christmas tree. I was like 8. That album had just come out. They got me into Guns N' Roses and Def Leppard. They were trying to wean me on good stuff. And I'd like to say that Justice for All record was awesome at the time, but it scared the piss out of me. Slowly but surely I got really into music from there. I was already into Guns N' Roses and that stuff, but you know, I started out listening to metal pretty exclusively when I was younger, and then sort of branched out into everything else, you know. I'd say what I do more or less is psych folk. That's just sort of a general direction, because the influences that I take are mostly from everywhere. Lyrically, I think Pantera, Leonard Cohen, certainly, huge influence, Townes Van Zandt. You know, it's a lot of folk stuff, but also, obviously, Beatles are in there heavily. Syd Barrett, like that whole sort of thing. Elliott Smith is a huge one. I would love to play a show with, in a dream, Elliott Smith and Townes Van Zandt. Just because you know the after party would be something fucking else, man. I'd say it's sort of scathing commentary, or like on just sort of things that I see around me that I have a distaste for. Some of it's personal stuff, and some of it's just sort of almost collage work, I would say. Just a collage of interesting words or interesting ideas, but a lot of them that do have a linear theme. It seems to be the running theme is just my general disdain for a lot of things around me that I sort of say in a convoluted way so as not to be too obvious. It's such a blur, I don't know, I've kind of played every shithole in Jersey and New York. I play here a lot, Trash Bar. This is my favorite shithole to play because it's the only shithole that recognizes itself as a shithole, and it's a wonderful thing. My dream show, fuck. It wouldn't even be a show. My dream music situation has always been Dimebag Darrell from Pantera. He was my god growing up. He was like Jimmy Page to me, you know. Like, you know, you hear older guys talk about Eric Clapton or Jimmy Page. That was my Eric Clapton, my Jimmy Page. And I met him when I was 16 years old. He just changed my entire world. I wouldn't even be playing music without that guy and without that night. So I would say Dimebag Darrell. Like, I would love to just jam with that guy. That would be my dream music situation. In the basement of Trash Bar, that's where you can usually find me. Aside from that, you can find me at YouTube/DonRyanMusic. You can find me at DonRyanMusic.com. I mean, you can check Facebook.com/DonRyanMusic. It'll all be up there. You know, that's pretty much the best way to find me, because I don't fucking know where I'm gonna be. I don't even know where I am. Thank you, Trash Bar!